Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your September reading. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and I hope that this is helpful in some way. Ooh, a little High Priestess. Ooh, a little Nine of Cups. Okay, okay. I like that. There's this sense of knowing and remembering that you can be happy, that you've been happy. You've been happy before. As you navigate grief and heartbreak at this time, yeah. There's this feeling of knowing that you can be happy because you have been happy, and that feels comforting to think of as something very painful is being processed. You're not alone. You're so loved, okay? There are people around you. There are people that are accessible to you, as well as loving energy that is accessible to you to support, to rally around you, to support you, to love you, okay? These are people that feel like home to you, okay, that you trust, that you feel comfortable with. Okay, very, very important to be around people that you feel comfortable with, and that includes community members as well, professionals, practitioners, community groups, work friends. Okay, make sure that you're spending time with people that just like really nourish you. And share what you're going through to the extent that you feel comfortable, right? And because talking is important, sharing is important. Pain can kind of sometimes make us feel like we need to kind of isolate, and there's medicine in solitude, but healing doesn't always happen fully in solitude, okay? It's about community and connection. And that community, the friends, the family, the work friends, the community groups, the community like members, practitioners are all here to assist you in moving away from this pain more and more and heal. They're here to help you move on, move forward, encourage you in this process of processing this pain. Like whatever this pain is for you, there's people that are around, that are available to you to help you process. So that just seems very, very important. And again, if there's not immediate people, there's community members, practitioners, professionals that are there, community groups. And I know that I'm kind of being redundant at this point, but dealing with pain can make you feel very alone, and I just am here to say you are not alone. And energetically too, your energy team, the energies that loves you the most. Okay, so we've got Queen of Cups, and then the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you have instigated a breakup, you know, and it's very difficult, it's challenging, a breakup with a romantic partner, a breakup with a friend or a family member. There's something. Some of you have initiated this. Others of you, it has like occurred. And so you could fall on either side of the coin with that, regardless of wherever you fall into it. It's very heartbreaking. It's very difficult to process. Queen of Cups is all about self-love, so I do see that there's a lot of like nourishing of the self. And if you are struggling with this, which I'm sure if you're resonating with this you are, so remember self-love, remember to show yourself grace, okay? Compassion. Honestly, all of this feels really empowering, Capricorn. It really does. It feels like, because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, you know, there's a whole bright, promising new chapter here, full of growth potential, a lot of room for expansion, growth, success, prosperity, a lot of stability, abundance. So it may not feel like that right now, you know, and that's totally okay, because it's a process, okay? Pain is a journey, and oftentimes, like, you know, it's gonna well, not oftentimes, it is individual to each and every one of us. So again, show yourself grace and compassion when it comes to your process, and working through this pain, shifting through it at a pace that feels like good to you. And, you know, remember, talk to your friends, okay? If you're feeling trapped mentally, if you're feeling like there's a lot of worry coming through, there's a lot of like feelings of instability, but I have to share with you, Capricorn, like, it's heading towards stability, a bright, promising new beginning. Like, the Ace of Pentacles is one of the most like solid cards in the deck here, talking about literally promising, stable new beginnings that have this abundant growth potential. And it's the only bird really that's looking in this direction, except for, interestingly enough, actually, these two birds are looking in that direction. So, you know, I could very well be talking to people who are going through like a breakup in some form or another. Again, whether you have done the breaking up with, or that you have been broken up with, there's this sense of looking to the future, and even though you may not be able to see the way ahead, because there's a sense of still looking behind you. It's so interesting because I feel this propelling forward, right? Like, you're flying towards the future, you're going towards the new beginning. Okay, this has occurred, this situation has happened, it has been hurtful, it has been painful, and now it's time to turn in the direction of the future and move towards that. But again, that doesn't mean that you just forego all of the processing. This is where your friends come in, your family, your community, any, again, practitioner or professional that you trust and you feel safe with to process this, because it's like you're thrust into the future, yet there's all this processing of the past in order to let it go and move on, right? This bird is looking in a whole different direction. It's looking this way. It's looking backwards with the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of healing, okay? And again, just take it at your own pace. Take it at your own pace, and share your worries, share your anxieties, okay? Because talking can be really helpful. Having fun with your friends too, like having a good time, doing things that bring you joy. Because remember how this started, right? You remember, you know that you can feel happiness, you know. High Priestess, deep inner knowing. 9 of Cups, bliss, inner peace. Kind of coming home to the home of you, right? Feeling bliss. So, very interesting. I want to get a clarifier for the 9 of Swords here. Ace of Cups. Okay, yes. So when you find yourself being very up here in your cerebral mental energy, if you're finding yourself having kind of hamster wheel like thoughts, right? Because those happen, especially when you're processing like a heartbreak in some way, when you're processing pain. You either, you know, have moved away from a situation, you've left a situation, or you have like observed someone that you love like leave the situation and are processing this whole new reality. So it's very complex, right? And as like we talked about, this sense of being thrust into the future, okay, now everything's different, and you know, you're having to face that new reality while also processing the pain and processing the past. And it can be really easy for the mental energy to like latch on to something, or you know, to really kind of dredge up a lot of triggers, doubt, fears, like self-worth issues, any kind of like just worry or uncertainty. There's a sense of uncertainty, and like I just like saw the word what if. So what ifs are definitely something that can be attached to the 9 of Swords, what ifs. So if you're finding yourself being up here in the mental space, I encourage you to take a deep breath, cover your heart, cover your like solar plexus area, take some deep breaths, drop into the heart, drop into the emotional body, okay? And allow your heart to kind of lead the way, and call a friend. Call a friend that you know wants to know how you are. Call a friend that you trust. Call a family member. All of those people that we talked about in this reading, like touch base with them after you kind of connect with the heart. Take some deep breaths, you know, show yourself some compassion. Think about what you would say to someone that you love if they're feeling that way, or if they're stressed in some way, like if they're sharing a worry or uncertainty with you, like what would you say to them? And say that to you, because the Queen of Cups is here, and they're very, very devoted, loving, and often a very strong intuitive caretaker, and can easily forget themselves. And that's the part of the journey of the Queen of Cups, is to learn how to give that love to themselves and allow that to fill their cup, so their cup runneth over and they can do what they do best. And it's this eternal fountain. You know what I mean, Capricorn? Okay, so this really is quite empowering. It all, as you process this and as you continue to put it behind you and heal, all of this is leading to such a bright, prosperous, stable new season, new chapter, new beginning. It's very, very beautiful. It's gonna feel so good. Okay, I know again that it probably doesn't right now, but there's so much that I sense you learning about yourself. Cosmic womb, the divine feminine. So yes, getting into your heart space, your intuitive energy, showing yourself compassion, also allowing yourself to receive from your loved ones, right? To receive and to be held by the universe, okay? To be held by the cosmic womb. A whole new reality is being born right now in your life for you. You're getting used to, you're interacting with a whole new reality in some way, and that can be very jarring. It can be very exhilarating. It can be so many things at once, and it's okay if you feel multiple things at once too. It's okay. You're allowed to be sad and have fun with your friends. You're allowed to be sad around your friends and also laugh. You are allowed to share your worries, your concerns, your uncertainties as you take steps into this new reality more and more. You're allowed to feel excited for your future as well as sad for the past. And I know that's all very complex and very strange, but we as human beings can feel multiple things at once. And I'm just here as your cosmic auntie to say that that's okay if you feel that way. It's part of the process. It's part of healing. It's part of processing this pain and getting used to your new reality. Because this card is all about literally like a new version of you being birthed into existence here. So, wow. But yes, always remember, right? Think about the High Priestess Nine of Cups. You know that you can be happy because you've been happy before, and you will be happy again. And there'll be moments of happiness as you process this, and those moments will become longer and longer as you continue to let go and put this past chapter behind you. Keep feeling your feelings, keep letting them flow through you. And if you get kind of up here in the mental space too much and you're stuck in the feeling like, cover your heart, take some deep breaths, drop back into the heart, and allow your heart to lead the way and tap into the feelings of it. And that can help validate those thoughts, or kind of dispel those thoughts, or whatever can help. The heart helps calm the mind, especially when we learn to validate our emotions, and we learn to be accountable for our emotions and all the things that come with that. And to learn how to be compassionate towards the self. To be real with the self too, right? Again, there's a sense of accountability here, too. Just being accountable to the way that we feel, which can be really validating because something hard has happened, something painful. And so even just being like, dropping into the heart and being like, I'm in pain right now. I'm, feeling nervous about the future. And that in itself can just quiet the mind, and because you're validating the feelings behind it and you're understanding. Because anxiety is there to keep us safe, but it can get out of line. And so that's where the heart can kind of come into play. And then, you know, share with your loved ones in a way that you are comfortable with. Or share with a counselor or a therapist or a doctor or a practitioner in some form or another to help process. Because I'm seeing a lot of emotional support available to you, and that you're very, very loved. Okay, you're very loved by those in the physical realm and those in the energetic realm too. So remember too that you have angels to call on, or any kind of divine energy. However you work with divine energy, know that it's always there to assist you. So speaking of, I'm trying to get you a postcard from Spirit, but I think they just want me to keep talking. Okay, here we go. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of Spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. They do count, okay, but they're just not everything. It's not the end. It's not forever. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much. Rainbows explode in the ether. So again, remember that you can be happy because you have been before. And even though you're going through a hard time right now and things feel a little bit unstable, uncertain, trust that all of this will come into view, and this Ace of Pentacles, these amazing new opportunities, new chapters, new experiences are full of prosperity. This is the most abundant seed to grow into a grand oak tree, okay? So there's so much to look forward to, Capricorn. There is so much to look forward to, and as you process this pain and let it go, it will feel cathartic and liberating at some point, and you will learn so much about yourself and life, about what you want and what you don't want. And you'll be stepping out of this last chapter more and more, feeling lighter and lighter as you move into this new one. This is happening in September here. This is really a big shift for that. Okay, dearest you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way, so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and the invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Loving you always. So this is like Spirit, you know, kind of reiterating, it's time to rest. It's healing time. Like you're healing, you're processing, you're purging, you're grieving, you're feeling, you know, this is a time to really tend to yourself, tend to you know, your mind, body, soul, your heart to be held by the universe, to receive from your loved ones, to share with your loved ones, to process, again, purge, grieve, you know, there's, you know, showing up to what you need to show up for responsibly, of course, right? But there's kind of turning down the volume as you process this. And in this space of resting, there's going to be a lot of messages received from the universe. You will be receiving a lot of downloads through dreams, through this process. And that's going to be like these new seeds, these promising new seeds that are going to be planted in the new chapter. You will be receiving them at this time. So take your time, allow yourself to rest. It's okay. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to process. It's necessary even to process this. Again, at your own pace, in a way that feels good to you, conducive, you know, to your flow. But just know that this is a time to rest. It, you know, like, we're going back to this sense of feeling thrust into this new reality, like feeling a sense of like urgency, right? And that's absolutely understandable. But there's this processing of the past and this healing and this letting go that needs to be taking place. And that takes time, that takes rest. The heart is broken, so, you know, that takes time to mend. That takes time to nurture. And, you know, even though you're resting, you will still be moving full steam ahead. So that's where I feel like calming the mind and tuning into the heart, like just kind of coming back home to self and surrendering to the flow and tapping into what you need pace-wise, and being in this state of reception, because there's a lot coming through the universe as well right now, and that's going to help you bring in this new chapter into view more and more, okay? And it's exciting. It really is exciting, Capricorn. Your cup is being filled again. There is this sense of recharge and renewal, and literally stepping into a beautiful, solid, prosperous new beginning, okay? Just know this and keep the faith and keep doing what you're doing, because you are doing great. You are doing great. It takes a lot to do what you're doing if you're still here and resonating with this reading. It really, really does. It goes really deep. I feel the energy so deeply. And you're learning to let some big burdens go, some heaviness go. You're letting it go. And it's making so much more room to grow. So I love you very much. I hope that this was helpful. Know that you are loved. Know that you are not alone. You are you are such a blessing in this world, okay? I'll catch you in the next one.